Well, Bitcoin flirting with that daily 50 simple moving average, sitting around $63,000. Question is, what happens from here? Do we keep it as support or do we lose it? And those bottom targets start coming into play. Chris Hare here, the world champion crypto cowboy. We're going to talk about it today. Been some things happening in the background with clarity. Iran is still a hot mess. The Coldcard hacked, it's probably wrapping up around $130 million. And the big news of the day was CPI. It came in flat today, which could be a win to an extent. The good thing is it's not hotter than it was, but I think a lot of the investors were expecting a lighter than normal CPI print, and we didn't get it. But with short jobs data coming, like jobs data coming in last week and a flat CPI print, it has the opportunity to take rate hikes off the table, but it's yet to be seen. With tensions increasing in Iran, that puts another wrench, and oil prices are going to go up on those tensions. What I'm hearing is about 6 ships a day are only getting through the Strait right now. Iran wants to lock it completely down. They want about $100 billion a year for the reparations for everything that's been blown up. So it's a big, hairy, stinky mess. Nobody really knows what happens from here. Trump's got a phone in one hand, gun in the other. He says negotiations are working. Iran still says, I don't know what you're talking about. So there lies the uncertainty. That's where we are right now. A little bit going on with the Clarity Act. What I've understand is that Senator Thune, the Senate Majority Leader, has decided to put it to a cloture vote when they come back from recess back in September. But there are some background negotiations going on with that ethics provision. They're trying to get the wording situated so it makes the Democrats happy. You need 8 or 9 Democrats to cross the aisle to get that thing through the Senate, so they're waiting and see. But here's the other interesting thing. The SEC's kind of decided to do things on their own. There's a vote coming to the congressional floor tomorrow on new rules that the SEC wants to implement. It gives some better guidelines, and what it basically does is right now everything's under a suggestion, but if they can get it through Congress and get it at least passed through Congress, it solidifies some of the things that they're wanting to do. Some of it's in the Clarity Act, and it gives a little better direction for institutional money of where they want to go. Which brings me to where we are right now. Bitcoin's hovering over that daily 50 simple moving average right now. The DXY, last time I looked, was falling, which is a tailwind for Bitcoin, but we're still pulling back. So the big question is, does something happen tomorrow that turns us bullish? We bounce off the daily 50 moving average and start heading north up to that golden zone we've talked about at about $70,000 to $77,000. Or does some kind of turmoil in Iran surface, things get ugly, and we start losing that daily 50 simple moving average, lose the retest to regain it, and then sellers are in control, and I think your next stops are $57,000 to $55,000. We've talked about the head and shoulders target at about $35,000, so that's where I kind of am right now. The wind's pretty bad, so we're going to stay down here closer to the arena. That's where I am right now. I'm short. I've been short. I took profits at the 50 simple moving average on the light CPI print today, but the shorts are still open. Stop losses in break even. We're at a win. We're sitting in the middle, and we've been sitting in this middle for quite some time. If we do get a bounce, to invalidate that head and shoulders target we've been talking about since February, you're going to have to get a weekly close over about $87,000. Until we can get there, I don't think this bull market is on. What it feels like, personally, is that the 4-year cycle is still in play. We've probably got another 30 to 60 days of downside before the bull market starts. Now, we could bounce tomorrow. That SEC news could be the catalyst that drives us up. Not tomorrow, but Friday. Could be the news that drives us up. But what I've told you guys, especially with this Clarity Act in limbo, and what exactly is going on, that's the law the institutions are working for. And we've talked about this throughout the bear market, especially with the Clarity Act, that banks want in, bigger institutions want in, and they can't do it until that act is passed. So the tinfoil cowboy hat theory comes on, and it makes sense to me to go ahead and flush the price. XRP's under $1 right now. I don't know how much more you could flush it. But go ahead, flush the price. The institutions and the big banks of the world, they're not going to buy middles. They're not going to buy tops. They're going to buy absolute bottoms that get flushed to get there. This market's manipulated. We all know that. And something's going to happen in the news or whatever to push that price down where they get the best deal. The retail crowd, the yous and me's, the blue collar guys of the world are scared if you're not keeping up with it every day. And they buy the bottoms, then things start to run. That's where my head is right now. It's a big mess. There's a lot of manipulation going on, and they can push the markets exactly where they want them to go. The whole Iran deal, I've told you guys since February that I felt like it was there to manipulate markets, to drive prices where they want to drive them. But at the same time, they've created a huge inflationary problem. Shipping costs are high throughout the world, and the yous and me's of the world are feeling it. Problem is with that is it's back to Kevin Warsh, the Fed chair, in a corner where inflation's nearly 4%. He says if you think 4% inflation is going to be the norm, you've got another thing coming. But they do say that bond yields are kind of covering up and keeping him from having to make a rate hike. But we all know Trump wanted Warsh in to lower rates. Jerome Powell couldn't or wouldn't get it done. Whatever you think is up to you. And Warsh was supposed to be the guy to do it. But with everything going on, he's not been able to. So the Iran war is going to have to come to a resolution sooner than later for him to be able to cut rates. It's just the big inflationary problem that everything's revolving around right now. The question is, do they want to flush Bitcoin and crypto down to those bear market lows that most of us were expecting? Or are we at a bottom? You still can't rule out that they're around $57,000, $58,000. There was about 280,000 Bitcoin bought at those levels. It creates liquidity there that market makers are going to want to go after. But my question is smart money buying it up? And that's why these dips haven't been as violent as they were back a few months ago. That's where I am right now. I think the next few days, we keep saying this, but it just keeps coming around full circle. There's more uncertainty created, but maybe we get some kind of direction on Friday of exactly what's going on. Maybe it's a sell the news event, and that's how we get to those market lows. Or maybe things start working up. A lot of smart money moving, a lot of whale movement right now. So we just have to kind of wait and see. But that's where I am for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, tap that bell notification, leave us a comment. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And I just really enjoy hearing from you guys. Probably won't get a long form out tonight. I've got some things going on this evening that I've got to take care of, but we'll try to get a full Bitcoin breakdown out tomorrow, get you guys better informed. I'm gonna wrap this one up right here. Chris Hare, the world champion crypto cowboy. I really appreciate you watching. We'll see you down the road.